Welcome back to the Plus Side of Nashville. You know, one of the true joys of Christmas is watching excited children rip into their gifts. But you know, sadly, there are children who have never even gotten a gift before to rip into. That is why Operation Christmas Child is trying to change that so that gifts can get into the hands of those who maybe have never received one before. And here to explain that is Kate McKinney with Operation Christmas Child. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Well, it's a pleasure to get the word out about an organization that's doing some incredible things. I think founded in 1993.
That's right.
It was organized by Samaritan's Purse, which some people may be familiar with, but some may not. So if you would, tell us what Samaritan's Purse, what their mission is.
Sure. Samaritan's Purse is an international relief organization, a Christian ministry devoted to meeting spiritual, physical, and emotional needs of those hurting elsewhere in the world. I'd say the two projects we're most known for are disaster relief. Anytime there's a disaster, domestic or international, a team of volunteers will respond within 6 hours.
Wow.
And second, probably this project, the largest Christmas project of its kind, called Operation Christmas Child.
And it's called Operation Christmas Child, although these boxes that we're going to talk a little bit more about in just a moment are given out throughout the year.
That's right. They're collected before Christmas and they start their journey, but the kids on the other side of the world don't have a concept of Christmas necessarily, so they're given out many different months.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about exactly how Operation Christmas Child works.
Okay.
Who do you decide gets the gifts? What countries do these gifts go to?
Right now we have partners on the other side of the world, the receiving countries in about 130 different countries. So we have volunteers on the other side of the world that are picking churches, orphanages, schools, in remote villages where they've never received gifts before and they've never heard the message of God's love for them. And so that's how we decide. So each year those countries are a little different, but some have been receiving them forever. Mexico and India are the two countries that have received the most shoeboxes to date.
Wow. What age range are we talking for these gifts?
It's between 2 and 14. So if you're going to pack a shoebox, you decide if you want to pack for a girl or a boy. And then the age categories are 2 to 4, 5 to 9, and then the older kids, 10 to 14.
The things that we consider to be gifts are extremely different than what a lot of people in other parts of the world consider to be gifts. You've had some incredible experiences just being able to go and deliver some of these gifts, haven't you? If you would share some of the stories of once these young people, these children get these gifts.
Probably my most heartbreaking story is a little girl that in her shoebox she received a notebook and she was really excited, and then she looked through the rest of the box and instantly started crying. And when we asked her what was wrong, she said, "I don't have a pencil." And I learned that in that particular country, Uganda, the difference between her receiving an education is having a notebook and a pencil. And so she had half of that, and she was so close, and that's why the tears came. So school supplies to the children are very, it's changed my view of school supplies. Here we take them for granted. There, it's their ticket to getting an education.
Well, we're seeing on the video there actually some experiences with these gifts being delivered to the children. And we were talking earlier, you said in many cases they don't even know how to respond once you hand them a gift.
That's right. I expected on the first trip that I went that it would be like American Christmas morning. And I'll never forget, I delivered a box to a little girl and she just sat there and stared at me. And I said, "Okay, open it, open your box." And she looked at everything. She took one item out, which was a whistle, and she gave the box back to me. She thought she got to pick one item. And I started crying and I said, "No, it's all for you." And I think they have no concept of what these are. They've never seen. They don't have a Target or a Dollar Tree, so they didn't know what the boxes were and these gifts were.
Or that anyone would be giving them something just out of the blue that does not know them, and they're not selfish, so I'll just take one instead of taking the whole box. So how many boxes, we were just also seeing on that video, tons and tons and rows of boxes. How many do you typically send out a year?
Last year we collected 10 million in the country.
Wow.
So this is a United States project and 9 other sending countries. So we did 10 million, and this year we have a goal of even more than that, 11 million.
Wow, 11 million, that's great. So you're based out of Nashville, but there are other organizations throughout the country that also is able to send these boxes out.
Oh, sure. We love to partner with any schools, any churches, any Girl Scout troops, any family that wants to do this. Anyone is able to pack a shoebox. This is such a simple way to give a gift to someone in need overseas and remind them that people love them.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for you to be able to witness to these young people as well. We've got a couple of boxes here, and in a little bit we're going to actually pack a couple of boxes, and we'll be able to show you what goes in these boxes and simple things that we take for granted. So when we come back, Kate and I are going to show you how Operation Christmas Child packs these shoe boxes and give you more details. So stay with us.